Hello. Hi, everybody. Adelia Kirchner with the Tennessee Conservative. Y'all sent me out here to Nashville to be an in-person reporter for the 2025 legislative session. So that's where I'm at. I'm out at the Capitol building. I actually just came out of the Cordell Hull State Office building, which is where all the representatives and state senators, that's where their offices are. And then there's a nice little tunnel that goes to the Capitol building back and forth so that you don't have to walk out in the cold like I am right now because it's like 37 degrees and cloudy. But anyways, that being said, I just wanted to hop on here so that y'all can see my face. Remember that I am up here because y'all funded me to be up here, which I appreciate. And just talk a little bit about what's kind of taking place. Let's see. So the Tennessee special session ended, I guess, about 2 weeks ago. And things kind of slowed down for a second. The Senate was not in session all of the following week after special session, so they just came back this week. And the House has been in session, but they've mainly been getting all the bills filed before the deadline, which was February 6th, and now they're kind of starting to get things into subcommittee. So things will start moving, right? One of the things that did get some action taken on it this week was Representative Gino Bolso has a bill to, I know the word has some not so great like attachments to it as far as race goes, but to segregate bathrooms, restrooms, changing areas by biological sex, immutable biological sex as defined by Tennessee law. In any residential educational program in the state, if that program is offered to minors. So that was a bill that was brought following the concerns of some of Bolso's constituents who sent their daughter to a month-long college program here in Nashville. And after denying, like saying we don't want our daughter to have a transgender roommate when they were asked, she was roomed with another female student. However, she still ended up sharing restroom and shower facilities with boys who were identifying as girls. And supposedly there were some uncomfortable situations, a little bit of flirting going on. And so he's brought this bill to make sure that isn't happening for minors, for our children in the state of Tennessee. So anyways, that bill was in front of the Education Administration Subcommittee this week, and there was a lot of people up here in opposition of the bill for various reasons, but mainly because they feel as though it is harmful to the transgender community. And I mean, there were also some objections because there was, I think, a bit of confusion on whether or not this was an unfunded mandate. But really, as Representative also explained, it's not an unfunded mandate because it's just saying you don't need to build anything. You don't have to spend money on anything. You just have to, if you have a specific dormitory or a specific space that is open to minors, even if you're at a college or university or whatever, or if it's a K-12 residential school, this particular place needs to designate, hey, this showering space, this restroom, this changing room, this is for women, this is for men, and so the girls go here, the boys go here, to avoid putting our children in situations that they maybe don't really need to experience. Anyways, so there was that. It passed through the subcommittee, I think. Well, I know it passed through subcommittee. I was trying to remember the vote. I don't know. I think it was either unanimous or like 5-1. I don't remember. But I did write an article on it, so you can go read it and know for sure what happened. So there was that one. A really great interview that we got this week was with Senator Janice Bowling. She sat down and discussed two major pieces of legislation that she's bringing with us, one of which is the FREE Act that has to do with homeschoolers' rights, giving homeschoolers full educational autonomy in the state of Tennessee, which we don't have. For those of you who don't know, I grew up homeschooled, and my mother has homeschooled in multiple different states at this point. So we kind of have a decent amount of experience with like different laws regarding homeschooling, etc. And Tennessee does not have a homeschooling option that has like no strings attached, pretty much. There's still a lot of reporting, there's still testing, and honestly, a lot of homeschoolers in states where this is the case, we pay for something called an umbrella school, so we're technically seen as a private school. And the thing about this is that depending on the umbrella school, there's different things you have to report, different things that they report to the state, etc., like on your behalf. But I mean, sometimes an umbrella school is just something that they're like, hey, did you do this, this, and this? And you go, yes, and you pay the fee, and they report to the state. And it's like, really, I mean, what's the point of that middleman? You know, like you've got these parents just paying this fee for somebody else to report things to the state, or you can have your kids take all the tests that the public schoolers have to take. You know, when the whole point of homeschooling is that your kids are able to move at their own pace and have a different education than what public schoolers and even private schoolers are getting. So anyways, Free Act, great bill in my opinion, great bill in Janice Bowling's opinion. Her and Representative Todd Warner are bringing that. So we talked with her about that bill, and we also talked with her about her state sovereignty through Nullification Act. This is the, I think, 4th year in a row that this wonderful conservative woman has brought the state sovereignty through Nullification Act. So for those of you who are like, what the heck is nullification? She explains it in the interview that I did with her. So all of that is on our website. If you're ever like, hey, what's going on at the Capitol this week? Most of the articles that I'm writing, any of the video interviews that I'm doing, that is coming straight from what I'm getting up here. So make sure that you're reading and watching and listening and keeping up with this. All we want to do is make sure that you guys are informed voters, that you know what's going on in your state, that you know what laws are being passed, that you know what conversations are being had, that you know how your lawmakers, your elected officials, are conducting business. And sometimes you're going to like it, sometimes you're not going to, but we just want you to have the information at your disposal so that when you go to the ballot box, when it is time for an election, you have a little bit better of an idea of like, hey, what's going on in my state? Hey, my representative up there, this is what they've been doing. I like that. Or this is what they've been doing. I don't like that. So anyways, we appreciate you guys. I hope you keep up with what we're doing. And yeah, I think there's also a homeschool day coming up later on this session. So if any of y'all are in favor of the Free Act and you're homeschoolers, maybe you'll see me up here. That would be lots of fun to see some faces, meet some people. But yeah, bye.